All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Let me know if you guys can hear and see everything okay before we get started. And happy Sunday/Monday, everybody, depending on where in the world you are today. I was just reading in the chat a little bit to see what everybody is up to. Hi, Maritza, Peyton, Rabina, Kimberly, Josiah, Debbie, Lisa, Sam, Oma, Tara, who else is here? Aubrey, Julie, Marisa, Karen, Lauren, Catherine. Hello, Antoinette. Hello, Mama. Hi, Olympia and Courtney. Got so many familiar names and faces in the chat today. Who else has joined in here? Hey, Caddis, welcome in. Hi, Holly. Hello, Steph and Fangirl of Plenty, Cool Koala, Valerie, Lori. Hello, everybody. So happy to see you all today. I hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday/Monday, depending where in the world you are. Hello, Carmen. The whole fam is in the house. I know it's been a little while since we've done a public Plan With Me live stream. So I'm very excited to jump in today. Hi, Marina and Donna. To everybody in the chat, don't forget to change over from top chat to live chat so you're not missing out on any of the conversation today. I'm hoping that we don't have any connection issues today. The last couple Patreon streams, it seems like YouTube has been giving us some issues, just being a little finicky with us. So fingers crossed we don't have any issues and today goes off without a hitch. And we'll just start jumping right in. So excited to see we have over 50 people here already. Let me know what are you guys going to be working on today while you're watching the stream? Are you working? Are you relaxing? Are you bullet journaling along with me? And Holly asked, "How was Go Wild?" Go Wild was awesome. It was so amazing. I feel like I'm still recovering from a very busy first half or like first 3 quarters of the month of April. So I will be doing at the beginning of May some public live streams going through all of the products I received at Go Wild, as well as just kind of talking through the experience a bit. I talked with my patrons a little bit about it already, but it was such an incredible time. Yeah, just so much goodness. I love Go Wild, which is a huge planner convention. I got to like be a sponsor of the event as well and do some tables. I got to give a talk about Patreon. It was honestly a dream. It was really, really incredible. Already excited for next year's. Courtney's working on her September spreads. Let's see. What did Bridget said the interview went really well and you paid off your car. Sam's working on her May spreads. Bridget is folding clothes. Stephanie recently figured out how to print and cut my digital stickers. Oh, that is amazing. So happy to hear that, Stephanie. Antoinette's going to try to set up May. Peyton is setting up weeklies. Olympia's working. All right, we got a lot of people planning along with me. So that is very exciting. Holly's doing a digital art piece. Yeah, of course, Holly, you can always repost any messages you have, and you're so welcome for sending that video at Go Wild. I knew you would appreciate that. And I see here you said you were really struggling Wednesday with the left side of your face, swollen eye. Oh, that sounds so awful, Holly. Very sorry about that. Hope you're hanging in there today. All right. As my beverage today, I have a good old-fashioned water. So let's take a little sip, everybody. Clink, before we get into it and get hydrated. Um, before I start setting up my May bullet journal spreads. So, after a lot of back and forth amongst myself, I finally settled on a theme for May, which is going to be a underwater coral reef theme. So this is a collection that I created a few months ago. I used it for a couple spreads in my journal back in March, namely some daily logs and then this weekly spread here. So this is the theme that I'm going to be using for my May spreads. I think this is particularly fitting too because a very big, exciting life update happened at the beginning of April. I've talked about this with my patrons, but I haven't talked about it yet on my public platforms. But Jake and I actually moved to Florida at the beginning of April. We moved out of Portland, Oregon, and um, long story short, everything kind of fell into place for us. We've been wanting to move away from Portland for a couple years now to escape the cold winters. And we both have lots of family here in Florida. And basically, a few months ago, um, a just things came together, and it made this move possible. So at the beginning of April, we moved to Florida. I kept it very under the radar. I've only told my patrons, but I figured this would be an awesome time to tell everybody who's here during this stream. And it is the whole inspiration behind wanting to use these coral reef stickers for May. I feel like May is um, all about like settling into our new home. We are currently staying in um, basically a house that belongs to a family member as like a temporary landing spot. But at the beginning of May, so very soon, we're going to be finding our own house or apartment rental to sign a year lease. So May is really going to be about settling in to our new home here in Florida. Um, so that is kind of, again, the inspiration for this theme. So, I'm gonna be setting up my May spreads with this coral reef theme. I have a sticker bundle up in my shop. I've put it on the homepage if you just scroll down a little bit. Um, actually, let me see, where did I end up? Let me double check where it is on the website. Okay, yeah, it's like the 3rd section down. Um, but I created this sticker bundle when I released the Coral collection, which is a underwater watercolor ocean bundle. Let me mess with some of my camera settings here real quick. There we go. Perfect. Um, So I released this bundle again, maybe a couple months ago at this point when I released this collection, and it is so perfect for this like Florida inspired theme I want to do. So just going to be using this entire bundle as it is available in my shop. So it's 10 sticker sheets. We have the Coral Reef monthly kit to start, which is this 3-sheet kit. This is going to be kind of like the base for this whole setup. And then we have the matching functional and decorative sheet for that collection. And then I'm going to be pairing that with my watercolor splash monthly kit in this blue and green and purple color scheme, as well as a sheet of these watercolor circles and a sheet of these tropical beach decorative stickers, which is actually a part of my Under the Sea collection I released many, many years ago. So loving this combination of stickers, and I'm going to be using these to set up all of these coral reef themed bullet journal spreads. And then I also printed out all of the printables I have on Patreon. So on Patreon, if you join the $5 tier, you get access to my entire library of printables where you can instantly download and print them out. So I just went ahead and printed all of the printables I created that match this coral reef collection. So I'm not sure which of these I'll end up using, but I figured I just get all the options available for me. So we have some weekly spreads. Again, if you want access to all of these, you can join my $5 Patreon tier, and that $5 tier will get you full access to all of these printable sheets here. So I have a few weekly spreads available. I also have this 2-page calendar here. And then we've got all the single pages. So we've got a single page calendar, some quote pages, some decorative and header pages here. And then we also have a daily page and a single page weekly dashboard. So these are all of the supplies I'm going to be using today. We'll see what I actually end up using. I want to keep my May setup relatively simple. Um, like I said, I've had a very crazy busy month of April. It has been very hectic. I'm at the point now where I feel like I really need my bullet journal to help me kind of ground myself and um, get back into like the normal swing of things because we moved on like April 6th. And then on the 16th, we left for Go Wild. So it has been a nonstop travel filled moving month, which can, in some ways, feel like sheer chaos. So I'm very excited to get my May bullet journal spread set up in a way that will be simple and helpful in getting back into a normal rhythm and routine. So that is really my goal for this setup. I feel like throughout this year, I've been amping my monthly bullet journal setups up a little bit each month, adding more spreads, kind of making it a little bit more complicated because I was really settled in with my journal and felt like I had the capacity to make my monthly setups a little bit more involved each month. For May, I'm kind of going to be scaling things back now. And this is a very typical kind of pattern and wave I do with my bullet journal setups where I ebb and flow between simplifying things and making them a little bit more involved. So I loved my April bullet journal spreads. I didn't end up using all of them fully. Some of them I stopped using around the middle of the month, and then since I got back from Go Wild, I haven't picked them back up yet. And there's 1 or 2 pages that I didn't really use at all. So I'm gonna be taking all of that into, account as I'm setting up my May spreads today. But here is just a little look at the pages I used, the pages I didn't, kind of the pages that I stopped using halfway through the month. I'm still gonna be filling in this memories and milestones page here, so that will get filled. And a lot of these I probably will go back and kind of catch up some things, like my daily review here. But yeah, April was a little bit of a mixed bag in my bullet journal. For like January through March, I found myself using all of my spreads really consistently. And just because April was such a hectic, busy moving month, it makes sense that I didn't have quite as much time to spend in my bullet journal. So I really want to get back into it now with my May spreads. And the way I'm going to do that, the way that I'm going to help myself is by trying to keep things simple. So that is all of the kind of forethought and inspiration that has gone into this setup here. I'm going to be using my coral reef theme. I want to keep things pretty simple. And I want to see if I can get all of these spreads set up in a little bit less time than I normally would in a Plan With Me stream. So I'm going to see if I can get all of this set up in about 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. And we'll see. We'll see how quickly I'm able to get these spreads set up. But I have a pretty good feeling that I'm going to keep things simple enough that a quick setup should be pretty feasible. Aubrey said, I think moving is one of the most stressful things in the world. It really is, and this was a very smooth move, especially for like a cross country move. It could have been way more stressful. I'm very appreciative that so many pieces of it did go so smooth. But yeah, moving is always stressful. It's always a mess. It just has you feeling dysregulated. So I'm definitely still like in that phase of feeling, we're not in the final place we're going to live, and sign a full lease. So we're still a little bit in this limbo period. It's a little bit dysregulating. It's a little bit stressful. And I'm just really excited to be able to do some planning today to kind of help me with all of those feelings moving into the new month. Um, and I'm going to catch up on the chat a little bit here because I've been jabbing away. I see some ideas of people wondering if I could use the mermaid stickers with this collection. So, y'all, I wanted to use the mermaids and I actually wanted to create a color variation of the mermaids that would match this bluer color scheme. And I just didn't have enough time today to get it done. I even brought in the mermaid stickers onto my iPad here and started trying to mess around with the colors. And I simply didn't have enough time. So maybe in the future, we can have like an ultimate kind of like ocean theme that we do. But while I have my iPad out here, I would love to share with you guys, especially anybody who is not on my Patreon, the new sticker collection that I recently completed. This is a collection that will be shipping out in the first week of May to my May 15 and up patrons. So, for anybody here who isn't a part of Patreon, I thought I would give you guys a little look just in case you wanted to join my automatic sticker delivery Patreon tiers. This is the Booknook sticker collection, which is like a book and plant focused theme that actually is a combination of my plants and pages and Luna's library themes with like a darker kind of jewel toned color scheme. I have a little bit of glare happening on my iPad right now, so it's showing a little more dull than it is in real life. But this is sheet one of that collection. Let me actually just go here and I can show you guys all of the sheets. And then we've got sheet two here with all of the functional stickers, a big vertical sticker on the right. Thank you to all of my patrons who were a part of the live streams where we've been designing these stickers all month. Um, oh, I'm so glad you like these colors. Yes, these are so perfect for a reading journal. I know we have so many readers in the bullet journal community, so I feel like a book related theme you just can't go wrong with. This is the decorative sheet of the monthly kit. And again, this is going to be shipping out to my May patrons. So you can join Patreon anytime in the month of May to be the first to receive these. Join now if you want these to ship out in the first few days of May to be a part of that first shipment, or join May 1st. If you join this month as well, you'll also receive my Home Sweet Home collection, which I feel like goes really well with this collection. So then we have the single decorative sheet right here. We have a bonus decorative sheet of these larger books that will be sent out to my $30 patrons. We have this is the Patreon exclusive sheet. So this never gets released to my shop and is just the monthly exclusive sheet that will get sent out to my $30 patrons as well. $30 patrons will get 8 sticker sheets, $25 patrons get 6 sticker sheets, and my $15 patrons get 4. And this is the matching monthly kit add-on sheet. So that is the Booknook collection. I thought I would give a little peek at that. So if anybody is interested in checking out my Patreon, that is the best place to go for early access to all of my new sticker collections, as well as just all of the behind the scenes. You get to be a part of the whole creation process and everything. You can join Patreon for free as well if you just want to check it out. But if you want access to the printables, live streams, digital stickers, sticker deliveries, anything like that, then look through the tiers and see if any of them are calling out to you. I see also lots of discussion about the Taylor Swift album. I have been listening to it a few times now, and I I really love it, especially the more I listen to it. And I'm starting to kind of pick out songs that I'm seeing are kind of favorites. I can do it with a broken heart. Olympia, I love that one. Also, Down Bad, like I really like that one, but I still have to listen to it more. I feel like to fully grasp each song. Peyton said, "I'm begging for the full page stickers to go up in the shop." I think you're talking about the printables here. I've definitely considered turning all of the, like, fun full page printables, like these ones, into full page stickers in the shop. For now, they are just over on Patreon, but maybe in the future, I can start to create some full-size, physical stickers like these in my sticker shop. But if you do have the means by which to print things, then Patreon is a treasure trove. And you can get, like, a pretty decent printer for 100 about $100 or so. But yeah, I know lots of people love taking advantage of the printables where you can just print them yourself at home, buy some sticker paper, use your printer, and you can download these anytime you want. 20 Misses a Day said, "I just ordered my first order from you. Looking forward to getting it soon and welcome to the East Coast. Thank you so much for supporting my shop. I'm so excited that you've placed your first order. And thank you so much for the warm welcome." Holly asked, "Are there gonna be any giveaways from Go Wild?" Yes. So like I mentioned, we're gonna have a public live stream towards somewhere in May, doing an entire look through all of the free swag that I got. Well, for all the different products and swag I got at Go Wild. And as we're going through them, I'm gonna sort them into piles depending on if I want to keep it or if I want to, save it for a giveaway. So we are going to be having giveaways, absolutely. And I think what I'm going to do is once I have my giveaway pile, I'm basically going to do like weekly giveaways for as long as I can. I have a literal suitcase of stuff. This entire big, extra large suitcase is 100% full of all of the stationery products I got at Go Wild. So I'm gonna have a lot to give away. I know it. It's gonna be a pretty hefty quantity of stuff. So it's gonna be a lot of giveaway fuel. So I think we can probably go like several months of weekly giveaways. Bridget, I did meet Martha Stewart. I did. Yep. I had the privilege of getting to, not only hear Martha Stewart speak because she was the one of the headline speakers at Go Wild, but I also actually did get a chance to, personally meet her, um, and I got to give her some stickers as well. So, definitely like a bucket list item to check off. All right. So, with all of that chatting out of the way, I think I'm ready to get started here. And I also am going to be filming this for an edited Plan With Me video. So, the edited version of this setup will be going up on Saturday on my channel. So, if you like the edited Plan With Me's, don't worry, you are doing both this month. So we're doing this live stream where you guys will get to see the real-time setup, and we are also then gonna have an edited Plan With Me video of this setup up as well. So this weekend's live stream, I'm gonna be filming it, and then it will be posted next Saturday. So your guys' job during this live stream is to make sure I am recording. That is like your ultimate mission. I'm gonna announce every time I'm pressing record on my camera. It records for maximum 15 minutes, so that's the only other thing for me to keep an eye on. But yeah, so if you notice that I'm starting to set something up and you aren't sure if I said that I'm recording, let me know in the chat, yell at me a little bit, and we can just double check that I'm not missing any footage. The goal is to not miss any footage and to not skip anything. Okay, so the other thing is I have hardly any room left in this notebook. I do have my next notebook on like my next notebook chosen already, and I have it on deck. It's gonna be an Amanda Rachley dot grid notebook, but I think I can squeeze May into the back of this journal. At this point in a notebook, sometimes I call it quits and I just start a new one when I have so few pages left, and sometimes I will try my best to squeeze a month in. I don't feel mentally prepared to start a new journal right now. I feel like because again, April has been so crazy and up in the air. I don't feel mentally ready for a new notebook. I want a little bit more time to like think about it, think about what I want to do for my start of bullet journal spreads. Think about like if I want to do a video or if I want to do any collections at the beginning. So I still have some things to think about when it comes to starting a new journal. So I counted out the pages I have left back here, and I should have enough for May, especially since I am keeping May relatively simple. So we are going to be cramming May at the end of this journal. This journal has been serving me well this entire year so far. So when all is said and done, this journal will span from January through May of 2024. So January, February, March, April, 5 months, um, which is pretty, I would say that's like 4 to 5 months is typically how long a notebook lasts me. And I'm pretty consistent about that. So same with this journal, 5 months is how much I can perfectly fit. Um, okay, so I have this little pocket here. This is where I'm holding all of the contact cards that I got at Go Wild. And this pocket is so cute. It was actually from Bess of Lights Planner Action. It's something she gave during one of the workshops she was leading at Go Wild. And it's this awesome like sticker pocket that you can put into your journal. So that's where I've been holding all of my contact cards, as well as this adorable little picture of me with my patron, Sammy. For the sake of setting up these spreads, I am going to take these out and set them to the side so I don't have that big lump of stuff right here. But right here on the other side of my Go Wild travel related spreads is where I'm going to start with my May bullet journal setup. Miss 20 Mrs. Day asked, which journal are you working in now? Do you have a favorite brand? So this journal I absolutely love. It's from the brand Linda Tong planners. You can see right here. My first time using a notebook from her, but I absolutely love it, especially the cover design. It's totally different and unique from any other notebook I've used, with the kind of like scattered design instead of just a central um, icon in the middle, or like the Amanda Rachley ones with the kind of grid of gilded, spark shiny icons. So I really, really have loved this notebook. And I think this is Linda's first run of plain dot grid journals. She actually makes like pre-set up bullet journals. With like pre-set up themes each year. That's like her main product that she does, but she I think, again, this is the first year that she started making some plain dot grid notebooks, and yeah, I've really loved using it. You can see it is very, very well loved. Similar specs to all the other notebooks I like. Thick 160 GSM paper, dot grid, white pages. Anything that falls in that same those same specifications, I tend to enjoy. Let's see, Antoinette, it sounds like you're working with some watercolor and maybe having a little bit of a hard time. You soak the soak the shit out of your page with a little too much water and then had to soak it all up. You'll make it work. I know you will. Here, I can send a link to this notebook in the chat because I see some people asking for a link. Okay, she's out of this design, but she just listed some new designs. They're very cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna send the link to Linda Tong's notebook specifically. You can always browse the rest of her website if you wanna check anything out that she has. All right. So, I wanna start out with a cover spread. I'm not gonna start filming yet until I have the plan figured out. So I was definitely thinking that I could use one of these, one or two of these like decorative printable backgrounds. So what we have here is a quote page. So I could use the quote page on one side and then a header over here. The other thing I can do is use both blank pages and then kind of figure out my own header slash quote situation. Holly asked if anyone else is lagging. Is anybody else stream lagging? YouTube is starting its shite. Okay. If you're ever having issues too, try refreshing the stream. Oftentimes, that'll kind of reset what's going on. I'm gonna turn Wi-Fi off as well and just stick to my Ethernet connection, and hopefully that helps out. Okay. It looks like it just glitched for, like, a second, and now it's back. Okay, very good. Keep me updated. Keep me updated if we're having any other issues. My mom said she's not noticing anything. Okay, it doesn't seem to be consistent, so that's good. So, I have all of my supplies to the side here, but let's make some decisions first. I'm, of course, going to have you guys help me in making my decisions today because you guys know I love it when you guys can make decisions for me. Thank you, September. My nails are looking kind of janky right now because they're like half off, but they do match the coral. You're so right. Okay, so let's hear it, Holly. What's the good news? Okay, so let's do a poll to choose what I want to do here. What should I do for this cover spread? Um, Bridget, why do you think everybody's pregnant? I know Holly's not. Just if anybody has exciting news, then there must be that. uh. Okay, so let's see. Let me think. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do a poll actually. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this quote page on this side, but then different thing on this side for the May header. And I have a good idea for this. Um, Turbo Teresa asked, are the full page sheets available with the $15 Patreon? You just upgraded to 30 because your physical stickers are your only bullet journal stickers lately. You love them. Yes. So all of these full page printables here are available for you. These are all available under the $5 tier. $5 gets you access to all of the printables. So any tier higher than that, you have access to all of that as well. So these are printables. So they're files that you download and print out yourself at home. Um, and I also do have a nice, useful master post where you can find all of the different printables sorted by month. Um, Click on the links and download whichever ones you want. For an A5 notebook, you download the PDF files, which I size already for A5, and you print them at 100% size/scale. But here I can send the link to this master post to you guys. Anyone can look at this post. You don't have to be a paid patron or anything. It just kind of gives you an idea of how many printables I have over on Patreon because I have so many. So that link there, you can look at the full list. If you're not a paid patron, then if you click on them, you'll just see what tier they're locked under. Um, but yeah, it's all the printables are available for you, Teresa. Holly said that one of your recent shorts got 7.9 thousand views. Wow, that is amazing, Holly. Congratulations. And now you have 225 subs. Amazing. That is so fun. Congratulations, Holly. It's very exciting. Hi, Delisa. Welcome in. Okay, so I'm ready to start filming. I know what I want to at least start doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my camera's focused and then I'm going to press record. All right, we're recording. And now I'm just going to do the little clip that I kind of do at the start of my Plan With Me videos where I'm opening my journal up. So bring the journal into frame, do this thing, open it up, center it. All right. And that means I'm ready. Let me actually scoot it down a little bit. And then for the sake of the video, I'm also going to go ahead and show the stickers that I'm using. So let's start with the watercolor monthly kit, as well as the add-on and decorative sheet. And then on the other side, I'll show the watercolor stickers that I'm going to be using. All of these stickers are in that watercolor ocean sticker bundle, by the way. So if you want all of these stickers, you can buy them all with one click by getting the bundle that comes with all of them, which I think I linked in the description below, but I'll also send a link here. This is to just like the entire Coral Reef collection, including that bundle. So if you guys are interested in getting any of these stickers, there's the link right there. And then I'll also show the printables. So again, all of these printables are on my $5 Patreon tier. Where's the second page of this one? Here we go. So we'll see how many of these I end up using. I want to use a good amount of these printables because I love the watercolor backgrounds and they just make for a really simple and easy setup. Okay, so there's all the printables and all of the supplies that I'm using. Always like to show that at the beginning of my videos. This is like a nice behind the scenes look at filming a bullet journal YouTube video. Yes, I think this octopus's name is Ollie. We named him when I originally designed him as a part of the steampunk collection. All right. Still filming? All right, I think I'm ready to set up my cover spread. So I know I want to use this quote page on the right, and then I'm going to do something a little different on the left. So I've printed these out on sticker paper so that I can just peel the backing off and stick them right in. It is my preferred way of using printables. The sticker paper I get is from onlinelabels.com. If you want to get some for yourself. Hello, Sandy. Yes, I am in a new space. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but Jake and I at the beginning of April actually moved. We moved from Oregon to Florida, a big, big move. I've been keeping it very low key until we're like fully settled in. So I've already told my patrons as soon as we had actually ended up moving and this is my first time telling people in like a public space like this. Yeah, so right now we're in like a temporary space. We're basically kind of staying with family for now until the beginning of May when we'll be figuring out like our next apartment or home for signing a 1-year lease and getting fully settled. So I'm very excited for that. And Holly asked, how do you not get it wrinkled? So the key with the printables is how I did it, where I folded just a sliver of it back and first stick that in, and then you like peel the rest back as you lay it in. And it really makes it easy to not get any wrinkles underneath. Okay. So there's the right side of my cover spread, ridiculously easy. I also had this inclination that I wanted to use some of my stamps today. Not because they necessarily like go with this theme super well, but I just haven't used my stamps for a while and I've been missing them. So I did get those out and maybe I'll end up using them in this setup as well. Sandy is in Florida too. I'm so happy to be here. We've been absolutely loving it. Jake is actually from here originally, so this is kind of like being back home for him. But we both have a lot of family in Florida. So I have visited Florida a whole bunch, and oh man, I am just so happy to be in the sun and the warmth. We're in Sarasota, Florida, so we're near some like really beautiful beaches. It's just been instantly such a relief to be out of the cold gloom of the Pacific Northwest. Florida. I know. I thought it was so funny that Taylor Swift released a song called Florida right when we moved. And it was even funnier listening to that song while I was in Texas because there's a line in it where she's like, I think it's one of Florence and the Machine's lines where she's basically, I think she says like, we escaped that shitstorm down in Texas to Florida. And it was just so serendipitous having a song talk about Texas and Florida. And it was a Taylor Swift song. It was just so funny. I was like, she knows. She knows that I moved. Okay, so for my May title, what I was actually thinking is that I would rip up one of these here and rip like a watercolor header space. And I do think I like that idea. And Laura said, "Are we using watercolor in today's setup?" No. So I actually was going to use watercolor until I remembered I have all of these printables. So I thought it would be fun to instead kind of achieve the watercolor look without actually using any watercolor. So I'm going to be using the watercolor printables and this watercolor monthly kit. So I'm going to be using a lot of digital watercolor in place of real watercolor. And the coral stickers, actually, I also created these with real watercolor as well. So we have watercolor showing up a lot digitally today. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and rip something out here. Let me think. Kind of like trying to think if I want to go darker or lighter. And I actually do have some good big monthly stickers here as well. But I was also thinking of using the stamps. We'll see here. So let me start off just by ripping out a nice big rectangle, like rounded rectangle. Oops. I love a good ripped paper look in my journal. That one got a little bit funky though. No, actually, I think that still looks good. We'll see. I can always use one of these printables to try again if I don't like the shape I got. Let me try again. When you're ripping the sticker paper, it's a little bit harder because you kind of have to make sure to rip the backing along with the paper. So let me give this another try. Maritza asked, if I upgrade to $10, can I pay for a year in advance? So a few years ago, I actually took off my pay yearly option on Patreon because it made it so that you weren't able to ever change your pledge if you wanted to. Like you couldn't upgrade or anything. So it just wasn't very functional. So right now, Maritza, no. Unfortunately, no. I don't think there's any way to pay in advance for Patreon. Unfortunately. Hello, Fatima. Welcome in. You missed 45 minutes, but don't worry, Fatima. This is all we've set up so far. So all you missed was the kind of initial chatty period. And now we're really getting into it. So don't you worry. You've made it at a great time. Okay, I'm going to kind of even this out a little bit and also round my corners a little bit. And I am still filming, still recording. In a timeshare down in Destin, Florida. Okay, so something like that. I love ripping paper, Holly. I love it. I have there's no pain for me in the ripping process. I think it's so fun. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there, and then I'm gonna use some stickers on this spread as well. But I'm thinking this will be a nice big May header, and then I'll do maybe 2024 stamped below. Hello, Erica. Welcome in. That's also what I like about the printables, Holly, is you don't have to be so precious about them because you can just print another one if you want, you know? It's not like when you have a sticker sheet where it's like the only one you have, and if you mess it up, you don't have another one. So I do appreciate that about the printables. You can get a little more crazy with it. Okay. So I'm thinking with this, I'll probably do some big, bold, black cursive for my May header with like a little white drop shadow. Let me see. I got 2 minutes left on my recording here. So I'm going to stop recording. And now I'm starting again. So I have another 15 minutes. Okay. So I'm just going to stick this in first and we'll go from there. So this is sticker paper. So again, I can just peel the backing off here and lay it in where I want. And I'm only going to peel a little bit of the backing off for now so I can first make sure the placement is where I want it. So I'm thinking right around there. So I'm going to stick that top part in and then peel the rest down like that. Fatima said, I wish I could tell how my mood suddenly shifted after getting into the live stream. It's like going into another world. Oh, Fatima. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy we have this space to like honestly same. I don't know, I'm just stressed, you know. Everything's going good, but like I definitely am feeling just the residual stress of doing so much this month, of traveling, moving, and now like having to find our final place where we're going to land. I was definitely feeling stressed this whole morning and I have to just I resonate with you that like coming into the stream, starting the stream, like even coming into the stream, I was like, oh, I'm stressed. Like I would rather just, I'm like, I should just ship orders, work on orders instead, work on these things I'm behind on. But these streams are really like a mental lifesaver. They really are. And I'm so happy that it's mutual. It's like for me as well as you guys, these live streams just really help our mental health and our mood. And I love that. I just love it so much. It makes me so happy. And it makes me happy to share that with you guys. So I'm so happy you're here, Fatima. Laura said, my fiance and I recently went to a laser light show with Taylor Swift and it was awesome. That sounds so fun. I'm imagining like the classic like laser shows at the I'm like thinking about the Bob's Burger. If any of you guys watch Bob's Burger, they have a really funny laser light show episode, but I'm imagining like that. Like those really cool music laser shows, but Taylor Swift themed. That is so fun. September said, I want a bullet journal so bad, but I keep getting hungry. Oh, man. I don't know. I just keep getting hungry. Okay. Let me also check something here. I just glanced my origami ocean stickers. Those would go really well with this theme too. I have so many good like underwater ocean themes now. Whales would go really good with this. I have the happy whale theme, mermaid, under the sea, origami ocean, and now coral reef. 5 ocean themes. Really shows how long I've been creating stickers for when we managed to already have 5 different ocean related themes. Okay, I love that. Should we do my lettering now? So I have my calligraphy pens I've been absolutely loving, and I'm thinking one of these chunkier brush markers, like the medium or the large. think the medium will be perfect. So I'm thinking again, some like big, bold, cursive lettering. And maybe actually I should try to achieve something kind of like the font I did here for C and free, like some, like the A, I can make the same as this A. Yeah. Okay. I can see it. So I'm actually going to start with my A. And we are going to do a drop shadow on here. So it's really going to pop. Okay. So we got my A there. I'm going to have it hang off like that. And then I want my M to basically do the same thing, where I'm going to have it hang off and then come up like this. Something like that. Now we're going to do a white drop shadow, which is really going to make this pop off that background. Let's see. I'm going to try with my jelly roll and see if that gives me a dramatic enough drop shadow. I'm still recording because I might use my big paint pen. Yeah, I'm going to use my big paint marker for this. I might need to then go back and redo some of my black, but I think it'll be worth it. Erica said one of the big cities in my state was hit by an F3 tornado on Friday. It was on the outskirts of Omaha and Elkhorn and moved into western Omaha, only 2 hours from me. Oh my goodness. I'm not super familiar with tornado classifications, but I'm just assuming that F3 is a big one. I hope everyone is okay. We were just talking about tornadoes earlier this month in a Patreon stream because tornadoes are something I've never lived really anywhere with any sort of tornado activity. So I didn't even know that much about tornadoes, but ooh, they sound scary. I'm glad that you're okay, Erica, and that it missed you. Holly asked, how do you put a time lapse on Instagram as it's 1:51? I would use an editing software, Holly, like iMovie is free if you have any Apple devices, if you have an iPhone. Um, and you can also just look up some other like free video editing apps. You can use that to speed your video up more to be short enough to fit onto your Instagram reels. Okay, so you can see I'm doing a white drop shadow. And then I am going to go back then to fix the black up in any places where the black has been covered a little bit by the white. I'm going in with a second layer too to make it really nice and bright white. Again, not really worrying if it goes over the black at all because I'm going to go back. And this is a Posca paint marker. Let's see, you had another question, Holly, didn't you? Feel free to repeat if I missed another question, Holly. All right, let's go back over the black now. And yeah, going back over the white with the black can sometimes mess with the black marker a little bit. Like if you get a little bit of the white residue on it, but you can usually just kind of wipe it off and not have it affect it too much. So I'm just going back over my black anywhere where the white kind of covered it up. Just clean it up a little bit. Like that. All right, since I wanted to use my stamps, how about we bust those out and see if we can find my 2, 0, and 4 for a stamped 2024. All right, well, this right off the bat looks like my 0. So I'm looking for these big typewriter stamps. So let's see if we get lucky with finding what I'm looking for. As you can see, I don't keep these too organized. So it always just takes a little bit of digging. But I'm looking for my 2 and my 4 in these like big light blue ones. So if you spot it, let me know. Check out these small ones. Okay, here's the 4. So now we just need my 2. You need help choosing a Taylor Swift song for the recent I can't choose for the recent photo that you sent for your digital art. You're struggling to choose and wanted to see if send it to you so you can see my progress. Yes, definitely. I would love to see your progress, Holly. And is it any Taylor Swift song, or do you have any like specific qualifications? Because I'm sure we got some folks in this chat that would be happy to give you a Taylor Swift song, Holly. All right, let's find my 2. Two, 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 two. That's a 3. 6. Yeah, is it cold now? Coldish. Yay. All right, I got a yerba. Thank God. Thank you. Is that my drink chair? Thank you. Yeah. Sorry for the loud sound, but cheers, everybody. We got some caffeination in the house. I needed that. We got 69 people here. Ayo. Hey, we found the 2. Amazing. Okay, we got the 2, which means we can do our 2024. Holly said, "You're not sure it's a picture of her Grammy dress, so you're thinking a recent song or something from other songs. I don't mind." Okay, well, I mean, I'm like, "Why not Florida, Holly?" I feel like the Florida song is just so fitting for the fact that I just moved to Florida. So, that song is in the forefront of my mind, but if you wanted another recent song from a recent album, I really like Down Bad. 'Cause I'm down bad. Alright, let's stamp my 2024 down here. Am I still recording? It has 5 seconds left. Glad I checked. Alright, I'm recording now again. Alright, so 2024. Where's my middle line? Around here. So I think this can go here. Oh, Erica suggested Enchanted, Taylor's version from Speak Now. Olympia said, "Why does my camera only record 15 minutes at a time?" So it's this specific camera at the quality level I'm filming at has that recording limit. Most cameras, DSLR cameras I've used have a recording limit for when you're filming at a high quality. The other camera we have has a 30-minute limit, but I really like this camera for my journaling because it does really well with, like, the colors and contrast that I like. But the only downside is the 15-minute recording limit. Fortunately, though, it's something I've really gotten used to with it, so I don't have too many issues these days of accidentally going over, and it kind of helps me to make my clips not too long so I don't get carried away and then have, like, a 3-hour clip to work with. Welcome back, Tara. Okay. I love the stamps. I get very excited when I use stamps. I don't know what it is about them. I just love how they look in my notebook. Holly, I'm not sure where my phone is at the moment. So, oh, it's right here. Okay. I'll go look at the photo you sent me. Oh, love it, Holly. Beautiful. Here is the um Oh, let me stop recording. Here's the Taylor Swift image Holly is working on. If anybody has any Taylor Swift songs that you feel like would vibe well with this illustration, let Holly know. But now I feel like Enchanted would be a good one, Holly. Enchanted from Speak Now. Okay. Let's hit record again. All right, I got my main header in there. So I think now I really just need to finish this off with some decoration. So I have these tropical beach stickers, which would work really well for this. And I also have these decorative stickers from the Coral Reef monthly kit. Yeah, I feel like the turtles as well. I was definitely thinking about the turtles. Um, let's grab one from this tropical reef sheet and maybe have him come in on this side, even kind of like hanging off the side of the spread. Let me grab some scissors. All right. Snip that off. I'm going to try to use some of the bigger fish that I have to kind of start to fill out this left page a little bit more. Be the jellyfish. Let's do one of these guys down here. I'm trying not to repeat the fish that are already down at the bottom here. Maybe something right here. Then I think I also want some things hanging off the other edges. So let's do, I definitely want to do one of these eels. Maybe this one coming in from the top. Like that. And something at the bottom too, maybe a seahorse. Like that. I think I'll actually kind of switch these around maybe. Or actually, no, that's fine. Like that. And I think the rest of the space I can fill with my bubbles. Recording still going. So I'm going to grab these little circle bubble stickers and start to use those to kind of fill any spots that have some empty space. Balance this whole spread out a little bit. Holly said, I always feel bad for falling asleep in the stream as I'm like, I want to see the finishing touches, but I also want to relax. Might be a bit weird, but your voice is relaxing and one of those voices like an audiobook. Not weird at all, Holly. I do get that a lot about my voice in all of my like bullet journaling content. And I love that. I think that's um, an awesome compliments to me. I like knowing that I can have a relaxing effect on you guys. So if you do miss any of the live stream, don't worry. This will be an edited video as well that will go up next weekend. So if you're not able to watch the whole stream, the replay of the stream will be available and the edited video as well. All right. Let's see. Any other final bubbles here? Let's maybe do one over here and one over here. And I think that looks good for this May cover spread. Yeah, definitely. Definitely looks finished. Okay. So we used my one of my Patreon printables on this page for the quote, as well as for this like watercolor background here, a lettered May header with a white drop shadow, a 2024 stamped header, and that is it for my May cover spread. So this is really setting the tone for the rest of this setup as far as the color scheme, the theme, and offers as a nice little separator in my journal between months. So let's go ahead and turn the page. I'm going to stop my recording for now and let's plan out what I want to do for my May calendar. I see the conversations around the Quiet on Set documentary as well as Jeanette McCurdy's book, um, all about just, like, child abuse in the entertainment industry, and it is devastating. So, so awful. I mean, it's good that it's becoming more well known now, so especially for parents, like, being able to make better decisions about their children, and what industries and spaces they put them in, but it really is just so awful what everything that happened to all of the different kids and all of those shows that we all knew and loved. All right. So here we are gonna do, like I mentioned, a calendar spread. I do have this two-page printed calendar, but I actually have an idea of how I want to use that. And I think what I want to do, I've been inspired by some posts I've seen from some of the people that use my stickers, specifically using calendars, not just as like a monthly calendar, but as a like self care calendar or a memory keeper, or like a spot for a doodle a day or a sticker a day. So I was thinking I want to use my two-page calendar kind of like that as like a alternative to my daily review memory keeping spread. I think I'm gonna use this two-page calendar as, like, a memory keeping spread where every day I can write down like a word, put a little sticker, jot down a little memory, kind of do something to record what happened that day. And it's a little bit more open ended, where again, sometimes it can be a little writing, it can be a little doodle, a little sticker, something like that. But I like that idea because again, I really wanna scale back the setup. I don't wanna have too many things for me to fill in every day, but I think, like, a basic memory keeping spread would be really fun. I could even cut out or, like, print out little photos as well. I think it'll kind of give a lot of wiggle room for whatever I want to use it for. Um, so that's what I'm thinking. Not using this for my main calendar, but using this as, like, a memory calendar. So, I think that, like, the large calendars have been working for me. I don't feel necessarily a call to do something too different from a big calendar like this. Um, so let's grab my pencil. Pencil here. And do a little bit of sketching to figure out what we want here. Oh, and the other thing is I was looking earlier, where is my ruler? Ruler, ruler. Oh. All right, this is a bag of some new stuff I got at Go Wild, but I see that there is a little ruler in here. So I will use this. So big calendar, 7 days across. And what stickers? I like the idea of using one of maybe the bigger vertical stickers here. And I also think I want to use some watercolor, maybe a full header at the top. Oh, I have this big vertical sticker. Do I want to use that on this spread or do I want to save that? Let's use that on this spread. I always like using the big vertical stickers for my calendars. I know, I wish I had my big ruler. I know it's around here somewhere. I saw it, but again, I'm in like moving limbo, so everything is a little bit hard to find. Maybe I'll just see how big my days were on this month's calendar. Okay, 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. So let's start on this side. 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4 days on this side, and then we'll do 3 days on this side. 0, 3, 6, 9. And then that vertical sticker will go on the left. And then 5 weeks. So that is exactly how big this ruler is, 15 centimeters. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, I like the clear rulers for bullet journaling, but definitely not a fan of the small ones like this, since the big one, I like because I can go the whole length of the spread. But for traveling and stuff, it is nice to have one of these handy for the straight edge. Okay, I think I'm ready to go with that. I'll figure out the rest of the spread as I go. Oh, although I guess the one thing is, am I going to be able to fit my headers at the top? Just barely. I'll probably use the watercolor at the top then. But let's just get going and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna hit record and let's start setting up my May calendar. So I'm gonna start off by drawing my calendar in. I'm gonna use this 05 fine liner here and my little baby ruler. Oh, and I can scoot this down. Why did I not put it as far down as I could go? That's going to give me more room at the top, which I need. So I'm going to adjust my lines here. Hey, Brienne, welcome in. All right, let's start with these vertical lines. So each day on this calendar is going to be 6 spaces wide by 6 spaces tall, or 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Went over my finger a little bit there, so I got a little bump. And I am recording. Always got to double check. Have I ever made weather icon stickers? Yes, I have. I actually have quite a few sheets. If you go to my shop and you go to the search section and type in weather, you should find all of them. But I can also just send that as a link here. On the left at the top, it says search, weather. All right, so here are all the weather icon sheets at this link. Karen said the cat you're sitting just chased a lizard inside. Chaos. All right, let's do the horizontal lines now. The other thing I like about metal rulers is how they're flexible, so you can like bend them with the page. It's something I didn't realize how much I used until I recently used a wooden ruler, and I was very annoyed by how it wouldn't flex in the same way. So that's how I discovered that that's something that is important to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, are those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do those look so different in size to me? Am I tripping? 3 and 3. I'm just tripping. Oh my goodness, Olympia, you got 4 A pluses? Holy moly. Congrats. Smarty. Smarty working hardy. That's awesome. My goal for May is to get back into consistent bullet journal use. I mean, there's a lot of goals for May, but that's one of them. And I've really been so consistent with my journal this year, and it feels amazing. So just going the last, like, I want to say couple weeks with less consistent use, I can just really feel a difference. It really makes a big difference in how my days feel, how just just makes me feel so much more in tune with myself when I'm using my bullet journal regularly. Makes me feel like I'm not a mess. Okay, there we go. Still recording, have more than 8 minutes left. All right, so now I'm gonna grab some stickers from this sheet. I'm gonna start with this big vertical one because I know I want this on the left here. Just line it up with the bottom of my calendar. Bring it up like this. I also want my dates. So let's see, what day does May start on? Wednesday. All right, I'm going to use these number circles that I have here. So let's start on Wednesday, upper left corner, and go in one by one and lay in all of my dates with these little number stickers. These are from in the Coral Reef monthly kit. I would go with Enchanted, Holly. That's my choice. Do we have 31 days in May? I think so. Yes. All right, there we go. Some easy numbers. Now we need some weekly headers. And I'm sort of thinking these ones from the watercolor monthly kit. Yeah, let's go ahead and use those. So these are from the watercolor splash monthly kit. It's included in that bundle I mentioned or available separately. And I actually have this monthly kit available in 4 different color variations. So this is the blue version. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Beautiful. Now we just need a header situation up at the top and also figure out what stickers I want to use up there. I'm thinking of doing the same font as here for May 2024. So then I probably just want to fill this side with some decoration. So I could use one of these or one of these. And I think I'll use one of these maybe layered with some of these coral circles. I like the idea of that. So let's go ahead and use this mostly blue one. Like that. And then I'm thinking some of these brighter coral circles, one on each end. Maybe I'll actually do one with a different type of fish instead of the same fish. Like the clownfish here. And then something in the middle. That's where I could even use one of those Hey, Melly Lynn. Let me know if there's any better way for me to pronounce your name. Your English is too bad to write in the chat, so greetings from Germany. Oh, from Melly. You just said right there. Hello, Melly. Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. But, I mean, you just typed out a beautiful message in the chat, Melly. So happy to have you here. Welcome. Let's see. What do I want to do up there? Maybe just another one of these. Maybe my little jellyfish. Scoot it over a little. Like that. And let's see. Anything else in between? Yeah, my mom is Austrian, so I've forgotten a lot of it over time, but I've at different points in my life been worse and better at German. I can understand German a lot better than I can speak it or write it. But if I hear a German conversation or read in German, I can pick up a fair amount. But yeah, I'm trying to think I'm not very good with the grammar. So I know a lot of like the way I conjugate words isn't right or the genders of words isn't right. But let's see. Meine Mama bist von Österreich, Innsbruck, Österreich. Um like trying to think of other things I can say, but of course, once you're on the spot, then you can't remember anything. Now you have to go on a walk with your dog. We'll have a lovely walk. And hopefully we see you once you're back. See, I'm thinking maybe a couple of these starfish up at the top, although I think that maybe gets a little too busy then. So I think I'll just leave it like that. Maybe what I'll actually do is I'll use that white marker to add like a little bit of some dot slash bubble texture to kind of fill some of the space there. All right, now I want to header over here. So I think again, I'll just kind of do the same font as I did over here. Have we decided what next month's sticker theme is going to be? We have not decided yet. The one that's shipping out next month to my patrons is the Booknook collection, but we haven't chosen on what theme we're designing next month. But the theme poll will go up in, I'll probably post it on the last day of April, so in a couple days. Do we have any contenders yet? I know we've been getting some suggestions, but I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about like what vibe I want for the theme poll. Um, Maybe what I'll do, I'll actually post this to Patreon now, maybe just as an open post. I think I'm overdue for some like an official suggestions post. Um, Theme suggestions for next month. So I'll send this to all of you. I'll make this a public post so anybody can look at it. And if you become a free patron, you can join in on the comments. Um, which ones are most popular? I will compile the most popular / my favorite suggestions into our next theme poll to choose the new sticker theme we will create in May. This collection will be sent out as June's Patreon awards and will be in my shop in July. Okay. Okay, so here's a little Patreon post that is going up for theme suggestions. I will make it public. So if you're already a patron, you'll get a notification. Also, just send a link. Um, I'll post a link in the chat as well. But yeah, let's get some theme suggestions. I love that your reel is getting some views, Holly. I get that that's scary, but I love that. I think that's very cool. All right, so that link there goes to this public Patreon post. Feel free to start leaving theme suggestions. Make sure you look at the post periodically and like whatever suggestions you also like from other people, so that I can know which options are most popular. Also, let me double check something here. Make sure I was filming. Yes, okay, perfect. It stopped filming after I already got to this point. All right, I'm gonna hit record again. We're now recording. My watch is buzzing now, getting all the suggestions. I love it. I'm gonna take my watch off though, so it's not distracting me right now. Okay, so let's do my header now. My May header up at the top here, and I actually want to do that with my medium brush marker. And let's do some more stamping now with my 2024 stamps. Oh my goodness. Ah. I feel like I should just leave it. Right? Shouldn't I just leave? I should leave the upside down too. I shouldn't even try to fix that. That's funny. I'm gonna leave it. I'm totally gonna leave it. Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I did it so confidently too. All right, there's my 2024 stamped header. Almost 2024 with a little upside down 2. It's still a 2. Exactly. It's swimming. It drowned. The 2 drowned. It's like a dead fish. All right. I think I'll put some more of these little decorative circles down in my empty days. Actually, maybe I'll do these little watercolor splashes. Like this and like this. If I post this on my Instagram, I'll say, like, spot the mistake, because I feel like it's a funny, subtle mistake. Okay. Maybe I'll do 2 more up here as well. Why not? and I ain't coming back, living that old life. Oh, and I saw that there was a question about what Apple Watch I have. It's an old one. This is a very old one. I'm not even sure. Does it say on the back? No. But I know it's like a pretty old one, maybe like one of the first couple generations. So on the back, it just says Apple Watch. It says Apple Watch, 442 millimeter case, 316L stainless steel, sapphire crystal, ceramic back, and then the serial number. Holly said, "Will you bring back the sticker thing where you choose a comment and the person gets the sticker? I really enjoyed those ones." Yeah, maybe I'll bring back those giveaways, Holly. The giveaways are always just kind of random, like whenever I decide to do one, you know. So I'm sure that will come back at some point. All right. I think that that is it for this calendar spread. So clean and simple. I love this theme. I love the colors. I love my upside down too. Here is a look back at the cover spread. I feel like this is a very like effortless theme to put together. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn the page. I'm going to stop my recording. Let's figure out what I'm going to set up next. So, like I was mentioning earlier, I liked the idea of using this calendar printable as like a memories calendar, but now I'm like also kind of second guessing that. Like maybe I want to do something a little more open ended for my memories, like a just kind of free form gratitude page. I love all of the theme suggestions I'm seeing come in on that post. So many good ones. I also think it's so funny. I'm just realizing that because 'cause I'm so used to women's names in these chats, I said Brienne when your name is definitely just Brian. But I definitely said, "Hey, Brienne." That's how unused to I am having, like, male names in the chat. Hello, Rainbow Narwhal, welcome in. Okay, do I wanna use this? Okay, no, I do like this idea. It's something different. I think that's also why I'm hesitant about it because I'm hesitant of having something that makes me do something every day. Karen said that every time I pause to read something in silence, you think it's frozen. I should like make sure to keep I should like tap my fingers or something. Fatima said same. I should get used to like leaving some motion happening. I don't really know what you're asking, Brian. Are you do you bullet journal? Are you into this type of thing? 'Cause I don't really care about what you're wearing, and I can't tell if that's a creepy comment because, again, I don't normally get random it's like I know, that's why I'm like, "Brian, you're kinda sussing me out here." I'm like, "I don't wanna if you're into this, I don't wanna boot you, but your question is kinda weirding me out." So I feel like I might end up just booting you off of the stream. Oh, yep, retracted. Okay. We think it's a bot. I'm just gonna go ahead and hide hide Brian. See you, Brian. Oh, well, Brian said I'm sorry. So maybe Brian isn't a bot. If you wanna watch, you can still I think you can still watch Brian, but since you're weirding us out in the chat a little bit, I'm gonna hide you. We don't deal with a lot of that here. So when we do, I'm like, "What's going on, Brienne?" Oh, man. Okay, let me think. Do I wanna do this for this memory page? Do I want to? Or do I wanna do something a little more open-ended? Alright, I'm second guessing this. I don't think I wanna do this. I think I wanna do something a little more open-ended, so I'm not left with a spread that I don't end up using. I'm really wanting to keep things relatively simple. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do, I think, like a memories and a gratitude page. Let me see what stickers I have here that I want to use. Check out all of my different sticker sheets. Did anyone else just freeze? Let Josiah know. Anyone else having any issues? Give it a refresh if you are. Hey, Cameron, welcome in. Okay, no, nobody else froze, so that's good. Let's see, where is sheet 2 here? Okay, so I don't have any spread headers to use here. Let me see in my other stash over here if I do. Lauren said I've added a cheeky personal suggestion. Oh, I see it. Selfish theme suggestion is wedding. I would love to do a wedding collection at some point. It would have to be, like, separate from the normal run just because it's rather niche, you know? But I would love to do some wedding stickers in the future. Brain dump, memories, gratitude. Okay, perfect. This is from my Botanical Bujo monthly kit, and I have a bunch of headers here that I might end up wanting to use. So I'm going to leave this out. The other thing too is I have the stamps that I wouldn't mind to continue using. Let's see here. My birthday month is December. Hey, Nick, welcome in. Stopping in for a quick watch while I print some planner pages and get ready to reset for the week. Amazing. It's like the perfect way to spend a Sunday. So happy you're able to pop in. So I'm just still trying to think about what I want to do here. I want a spread for capturing memories, and I want it to be a little bit more open ended. So what I'm thinking is a memories page and a gratitude page, and then maybe doing the thing where I have some like open boxes to fill in throughout the month. Hi, Amanda. Veronica said, "How long do orders take to come in?" Your order will ship within about a week. And from there, it depends on where you live. If you're within the US, usually orders arrive about like a week later. So, like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks total. And if you are abroad, like outside of the US, it can vary a little bit more. So, just depends on where you live. But in general, orders ship out after about a week. So if you're ordering for right now, I would, like if you're ordering like a monthly theme, you won't get it in time for May since May is only a couple days away, but it will arrive sometime in May. Lauren, did I see your gratitude page? I feel like I must have. Let me see here. Oh my God. Also, it's so cool on April on Lauren's story. You can see that she set up a cover spread almost exactly like the one I just created. Oh, and then Sam, I'm also seeing your March and April cover spreads with the printables. So fun. Okay, let me see here. Lauren, let me go to your account, check out your gratitude page. Maybe it will inspire me. Did you just send it? Okay. Oh, you used the watercolor. Okay. I love that. I love that. So fun. That also reminds me, I have the circles as well. Okay. Some awesome inspiration. Where are my circles? Here. Okay, okay, okay. All right, I think I'm ready to hit record and start doing something here. I'm still like a little up in the air about this spread, but I think I just need to make a decision here. Okay, we are recording. So I'm going to start off with some headers at the top. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use two of these headers side by side. Veronica said, "Do you post the new monthly themes 2 weeks in advance so they can be here by the 1st?" So, Veronica, the way that it works is I design a new collection every single month. That collection will first be shipped out to my patrons over at patreon.com/planningwithkay. They get the first shipment of my new collections and it ships out at the beginning of the month. So, for example, I just finished designing a book and plant theme sticker collection. If you join my Patreon, that will ship out to you in the first week of May. So it doesn't ship out like in the middle of a month with the intention of using it at the start of the next month. Um, it just always is shipping at the beginning of a month. And a lot of people then use that to set up the next month's spreads. So if you want to be like in the first shipment of new collections, my Patreon is the place to be. The 15, 25, and $30 tiers all come with the automatic monthly sticker deliveries, and that's how you can get the new collections. Um, I also, have a library of like 70, 80 different themed collections. So if you want to kind of stock up on some, so you're not waiting month by month, you can do that as well. But in general, Veronica, the new sticker collections get posted at the beginning of the month. All right. Am I recording? Yes, I am. All right. I think I want to I'm thinking stamps. It's just going to like not show perfectly on top of these headers, but I'm, like, thinking, could I do a white background? I'm gonna stop recording for a second. Could I use white on top of the sticker and then stamp on top of the white? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the stamps will work on top of the white. Maybe I will do a little test. Will the stamp work on top of the white paint marker? I'm gonna do a little test over here. Erica asked if I would do another firefly theme. The firefly is actually definitely a collection I have on my mind for a future recolor or like redesign. So I do have that theme in mind. I think it's one of my most popular themes. And I think at this point it would make for a really good, like, again, redesign, recolor collection. And thank you to everybody who's been placing orders. I really appreciate it. Been enjoying the new sticker bundles. We've got a new header bundle and background bundle that pairs with the new YouTube video I just posted yesterday. Okay, I'm seeing if the stamp works on top of the white. And it looks like it does. I was worried about maybe it bleeding. It looks like it does. It kind of soaks in a little bit. And this is mostly, I think, what I'd be worried about is would it all just kind of smear off afterwards? Do I want to do that? No, I think what I'll do is I'm going to use some scrap paper from the back here instead. Although, do I have any tape for that? Maybe I'll do sticker paper instead then. Let's see. Let's go here because I want a stamped header, but I want it to actually show up on top. I could also do a thin white drop shadow on top of here. Just got to work this out in my head a little bit before I commit. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe the sticker paper because then I can just stamp right onto the sticker paper. Let's see. Something like that to start. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna have to look for all of these stamp letters. Do I really wanna do that now? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm just gonna use these little stickers I found then, because 'cause I'm too lazy right now to look for the rest of those stamps. So I have this gratitude and memories header here. These are a part of the botanical journal collection, the Botanical Bujo monthly kit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use those, go the easy way. So this side I'm gonna have as memories, like that. And then this side is going to be gratitude, like that. Easy. All right, now I'm gonna draw inspiration from Lauren's gratitude page that she showed me. And I'm gonna do kind of the same thing for the memories and gratitude, where I'm gonna have some empty spaces to fill in. Antoinette, I'm laughing at you. I don't I know it doesn't match the rest of the spreads, but I feel like I don't really care quite as much about that. As long as, like, it matches on the same spread, I feel like that's what I care about. But I know. Antoinette, you said, "I love to trigger a bitch's OCD." It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so for the gratitude side at least, I'm definitely gonna do some of these watercolor boxes here that are a part of the Watercolor Splash monthly kit. Again, very inspired by Lauren's setup. Oh, oh my goodness, Holly, I wasn't recording. You just reminded me. Okay, okay. Breathe. Breathe, Kayla. Did I record any of this? I don't think so. Let's look back at the recording here. Let's see if I recorded any of this. This is the replay, so don't get too confused here. Oh, okay. Good. I did stick that down. Did I get any of the other header? Let's see. No. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We're gonna pretend like this didn't happen. I actually didn't miss anything that I can't kind of redo. Thank you, Holly. Thank you so much for the reminder. I think I was recording, but my recording ended. So here we go. Boom. I can pull those up. You can have a little redo here. There we go. I'm glad I didn't go farther. Okay. Recording. I am recording. So here we go. For the first time, oh, I'm going to grab this gratitude and memories header. All right. Memories goes over here. Gratitude goes over here. Look at that. Holly, you saved the day by telling me to press record. All right. Memories and gratitude. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some of these. I'm going to start on my gratitude side. I have 5 of these, so I kind of need to sprinkle them around. Maybe I'll actually scoot this one down a bit. I'm going to kind of combine this with some other spaces as well. Same for memories. So these are going to be like some open blank spaces for me to write in memories throughout the month, as well as things that I am grateful for. Try not to overthink it too much. Just kind of sprinkling these in here and there. The live stream today is going to be about 3 to 3.5 hours. I think I'll stick this one maybe up here. Although now I should switch these two. So there's a purple one over here instead. Trying to achieve some balance here. Be something like that. You'll see this come together as I continue filling it in. So it looks a little off balance now, but just got to have some trust. Also going to use some of these watercolor circles for this as well. Let's do one down there. Let's do one up here. And again, these are all empty spaces in which I will write in memories on this side and things I'm grateful for on this side. Maybe the blue and the green. Like that. Still recording. All right, and now I'm going to go grab my pack of brush markers here, and I'm going to use these to create some more spaces here for me. So let's pick some colors that are going to work here. Use my scrap paper in the back. I'll use the same colors around in different locations so that kind of all comes together. No worries, Holly. You've been talking plenty in this stream. No apologies needed. Do whatever feels best for you. Just so happy you're here. Let's see. I'm thinking like a light pink, maybe. Or maybe more of like a light bluish blue. Let's see. See what this one looks like. Be something a little lighter. Let's see, maybe this guy. Laura asked if I'm going to do a Go Wild vlog and what did my mom think of the event? Thank you, Holly. I am recording. So no vlog. I didn't like film for a vlog, but I definitely want to do a video like talking about my experience. And maybe more of like in the next month, I'm going to be doing a live stream. Going through all of the swag I got. So I think that would probably be a great opportunity to also just give like a recap of the event. And my mom absolutely loved it. She had such an amazing time. We will definitely be going every year together now if we can, you know, as long as there's not like any other extenuating circumstances that make it that one of us can't go. But yeah, my mom had such an incredible time. We had such an amazing time together. Yeah, it was wonderful. It really was. Highly recommend going to something like that with your if you have a parent who shares a hobby with you, going to an event around that hobby, like it was just so fun being there with my mom and with Jake. It was really, really wonderful. Tara said, "Any guesses where you think it could be held next year?" I'm hoping Florida. I've been seeing a lot of suggestions for Florida, but I've also seen some people thinking that it's gonna be West Coast, um, next year, so we'll see. Sam asked if Jake enjoyed it. Yes, Jake also had such a great time, and he was a lot more involved this year. Like he came to a lot more of the actual events as a part of Go Wild. And yeah, he had an amazing time. We all just really had like such a great time together. Um, really, really fun. Creating some yellow spaces here with my markers. I did see that, Holly. No worries about if you go quiet and you've fallen asleep. Thanks for letting us know. Got a little bit close to this circle. Let me see if I can move this circle a little bit now. The spread is like slightly chaotic, but I don't mind it. Seems like an appropriate level of chaos. Let's see, I'm going to start sticking in some decorative stickers as well. I also still feel like I need like a light pink marker to come in here, like a corally color. Be like a peachy color. Let's see. That's too light. Testing pinks here. I kind of like that one. Let's put one there. And let's put one here. Let's see. I'm sort of thinking of pulling this blue circle there. I feel like it doesn't quite fit. Like it doesn't quite match. And then maybe I also pull the green one and I do something different in those spaces. Some starfish, Sandy. Good suggestion. Let me get an eraser to, or actually my finger will work to get the sticky residue off the page here. Am I still recording? Yes, I am, but I only have 54 seconds left. So let me restart that. Okay, let's do some starfish. Like that. Actually, do I want the starfish to actually like take up this whole? Oh, I like that. Gives the spread a little more breathing room. So Antoinette and Olympia have been having a conversation just around like therapy and OCD and PTSD and just like different things therapy can help with. But Aubrey just said, sorry to jump into the middle of the convo, but can we talk about therapy for a second? Let's. I feel like therapy is always a good little conversation to have. I did therapy for a few years, and I actually, right before moving, I just stopped doing therapy for the first time since, like, I think I got into therapy in 2021, and then just stopped for now. But therapy helped me so much. Karen said that making a therapy appointment is on your self-care bingo card for next month. Karen said, I need to go for my bipolar, but I keep putting it off. Okay, and Aubrey said, I started therapy for anxiety and depression, and I don't know what to expect. I've gone in for a few sessions for an hour each, and I don't feel like it's helpful yet. So, one thing about therapy is there are lots of different types of therapy and lots of different types of therapists. So, I would say, Aubrey, that that is a very classic experience. I think that most people I've heard of that have done therapy don't find the right therapist necessarily right away. And again, it's like therapy is not all the same. Um, so different therapists work in different ways, there's different approaches, and it can lead to a variety of different experiences, all being called the same thing of like therapy, you know? So I wouldn't feel discouraged if I were you. I know that it's a tough thing to like finally get into therapy and then have a therapist or a style that isn't working for you. It can be daunting to have to go search for someone else. Um, but what I would really do is be honest with your therapist about what is or isn't working. I find in general that therapists, they want you to find something that works for you. They don't want it to like be a pointless endeavor. Um, so I would like be honest with your therapist and like try to figure out what it is that you're really hoping to get from therapy. Like trying to figure out exactly what it is about it that, like, isn't feeling helpful, you know? For some people, therapy is a place that they just need to be able to talk. Like, for me, my personal experience with therapy is I feel like it almost, like, didn't matter who the person was as much because I just needed a space to be able to talk, and, like, work through my own thoughts and feelings, and the therapist was much more of, like, just a sounding board or, like, a bounce off board for me. And then I would also, like, ask like, when I really needed, like, her advice, it's more like I would ask her for it. Um, other therapists, though other therapy sessions can be very different, where it really is like you need somebody to guide you down these conversations or to, like, work things out with you. Um, so and there's, like, a million things in between as well, and it really just depends on, like, what you're hoping to get, what you're really needing, what works for you, and the way your brain works, and sometimes it's not clear what that is. You can just be like, "I don't know, this doesn't really feel like it's working," but I would talk about it, you know? Let's see. Peyton said, I went for a while and I felt that for the first while, it's more about them learning about you and exactly what they need to know about you and your history. So true. That is so true, Peyton. I didn't even think to talk about that. But yeah, if you've only been to a few sessions, it could just be that you and your therapist are still just kind of getting to know each other. And I definitely like my therapy got way more helpful once my therapist really knew about me, once we'd been working together for a while, she could connect things and call things out where it's like, that kind sounds kind of similar to what we talked about, whatever, however many months ago. Um, but yeah, that's a very good point. And I think there's a balance of giving your therapist and your therapy sessions enough time to kind of like sink in, but you also don't want to waste too much time on somebody who's not working for you, you know, because you can find other options. And that's where, again, it's kind of like you can work with your therapist on what is feeling good about your sessions, what maybe isn't so helpful. And if it's something they can accommodate, then they can do that, or they can maybe refer you to somebody who might work better for you. Yeah, Antoinette said sometimes it also just takes time to gain trust. It's so different person for person depending on your own therapy needs. So it's definitely something to figure out. But I just have to say that I'm so proud of you for going into therapy. Um, Aubrey, I see you're, talking about that you're going for anxiety and depression, and that there's also a lot of, you have some trauma to work through and stuff like that. So, I mean, like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you, Aubrey, for going in and making that first step of like getting into therapy. Um, you're already doing amazing. So, I hope that getting just some feedback about it can be a little bit helpful in continuing on with that journey. Okay. You know what might be fun is like creating just some thinner outlines to like fill in with single words. And I'll just use the same markers I already used. Amanda said, "Once time I was leaving my therapist, she said, 'I just love when you come. I feel so great and I laugh so much with you.' And that was my last visit with her. I needed a therapist, not a friend." That makes so much sense, Amanda. And that's the other thing. Yeah, like you can like your therapist while still knowing that it's not what you need in a therapist? Some people, it's like they don't yeah, like, they don't want their therapist to be like a friend. It's like they really need somebody to, like, be serious with them. I would say, like, the vibe I had with my therapist was it felt like talking to, like, an aunt figure. Like, that's kind of what it felt like, talking to, like, not a close friend, but, like, like, slightly older family member? I don't know, it just had that vibe of again, it was mostly me talking, and then her role was really more to, like, tie things back together, and I would also, like she would remind me of things that I want to, like, keep me accountable on things that we talked about together that I wanted her to kind of check in on. Um but it's such a unique relationship for each individual person. Have I ever been to the Kentucky Derby? I have not. Nebraska puts on a horse racing shows that weekend, and I'll be a vendor there. That's so cool, Erica. What are you selling? What are you vending? Laura says, "I always say that the best thing that my 2 best friends have ever done for me is being there when I signed up for your first session. You had one in high school, and you didn't like the experience as much." Nicola saw a concert yesterday, was brilliant, so proud of yourself with your anxiety. Congratulations, Nicola. What a good thing to celebrate. And Nicola said, "I feel so calm in here. Your dad is not well. Thanks for doing these live streams for us." Sending out good thoughts to your dad, Nicola. I'm so happy you're here. All right. I have one more little space here. Trying to think what I want to do for that. Just trying to see if I had any more of my Patreon exclusive sheets from this month. Oh, fun, Erica. All sorts of paintings, jewelry, and paint pouring stuff. Exciting. All right, I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do in this last spot here. You got this, Kayla. What are you gonna do there? Okay, Aubrey. See, this is something you're kind of getting into it now, like starting to pinpoint what it is about your therapy that doesn't feel helpful. And I think that is a very direct thing you just said, that you think that you're comfortable with your therapist, she's easy to talk to, but sometimes when you're trying to relate to her, she makes it about her experiences. That is super interesting, Aubrey, and something that does give me a little bit of pause. Um, like you said, I don't know how to properly articulate, but she's about to be out for surgery, so maybe I can transfer to someone else. Yeah, that's very interesting. Like in general, it's not necessarily something therapists should be doing, like talk like relating things back to themselves. Again, not always. It's not like they can't do that ever. But if it's all the time, I think that's a very valid reason to maybe find someone else. Because for a lot of therapists, I just don't think that that would come up at all as being something that happens. Like, I knew like almost nothing about my therapist, like personally. I knew that she had kids, which for me was really helpful because when I would talk about things having to do with my family, I like knowing that the person was I was talking to was a parent and kinda understood parent-child dynamics. Um, but yeah, like, I do find that a little odd. And I think that you having an issue with that is, like, again, a very valid point, and not really something that should be happening in therapy. So if it's something you feel like is happening consistently, sounds like it would be to me, that sounds like a pretty good reason to maybe need to find someone else. And not in a judgy way of like, you know, could they could still be a very good therapist, but I think you would not have really an issue finding someone else who doesn't do that. Because I think it's more typical of therapists to not relate things back to their own experience. You are so welcome, Aubrey. I'm glad this conversation could give you some clarity and, you know, validate that you're not feeling great about the therapist you have and that maybe it's time to try someone else. All right. There we go. I did just I think my recording just ended, but I think it was just going. So I starting it up again. But here we go. Here's a memories and gratitude spread. So on the memory side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little spaces to write in 9 memories throughout the month. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces to write in some gratitude throughout the month. Nicola, I think Nicola might be a little okay. Can somebody let Nicola know that she's behind in the stream? So she's not going to be hearing any of my responses to her. And one of you that knows how you can press the little button at the bottom to go back to live or something like that. Just somebody in the chat, give Nicola a little heads up on what's happening with her right now because she's a little bit behind. She's, I think, watching the cover spread right now. She might be a little confused if I'm not responding to her chats. So just give her a little heads up that she's like a couple hours behind. It's always a good thing to check for everybody if you're ever behind in the chat or if you feel like I'm ignoring you. Sometimes it might just be that you're a little behind. All right. Memories and gratitude, some blank spaces. I feel much better about this format because it means I don't have to fill this out every day. I can just come back to it when I want to throughout the month. And I have like a limited amount of spaces to fill in for memories and gratitude. Carrie said, I once had a therapist tell me 20 years after your father was murdered, it shouldn't still be affecting you. Carrie. Oh my god, that person should not be a therapist. Holy holy moly. Yeah, that person should definitely not be a therapist. My goodness. Well, I'm glad that you found a new therapist. I just can't even believe that. Oh my god. That really is horrible. So horrible. Like, it sounds like a line out of a movie about a bad therapist. All right. There we go. Done with this spread. We got some memories down. Here's what we set up before. My cover spread, calendar spread, and then I've got my memories. Actually, I think I'm going to put a little bit of black line art into some of these shapes to kind of tie in the black from my other spreads. So I'm kind of thinking like these circles that I have, having like one just a little bit. Some like layered black line art like that. And then same thing, I think for this one. There we go. That really ties it all in, I think. All right, there we go. Memories and gratitude spread done. I'm still recording. So let us flip the page. So the next thing I always like is a live stream schedule as well as a brain dump for the month. And I do really want to keep this month simple. So I might not do too much else besides a brain dump and live stream calendar. So I'm going to use this for the calendar, the single page printable from my Patreon. See you later, Peyton. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick this single page calendar down here. Like that. This is going to be for live streams. like that. And I have some numbers in the watercolor kit that I should be able to use here. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and use these, stick them in the upper left corner of each day. Still recording. That means it's Luna's dinner time. All right, there we go. Done. Marisa asked, how did Luna adjust to the time difference between Portland and Florida? I think she adjusted fine. I don't think Luna has like too much of a concept of time. So, yeah, she did okay with the time change. I also didn't have her automatic feeder for the first week we were here, so I just kind of like free fed her for the most part, so I didn't really make her like adjust her eating schedule right away. I just kind of let her eat when she wanted for that first week, so that probably helped. And so far, Luna is thriving here in Florida. She loves the weather. She loves that she can go outside onto like the patio anytime she wants. She absolutely loves it. All right, let's see what I want to do here for my brain dump. And do I actually want this to be my brain dump or do I want like a weekly focus? Maybe I'll do like a weekly focus, kind of like these monthly overview things I've been doing. It's kind of like this. I didn't, again, April was kind of like a hit or miss month in my bullet journal just because of the moving and whatnot. But I've been calling it like my monthly overview, like this, where I give myself some focus points for each week. So maybe I'll do something like that here. How did she get on with the traveling? Luna, I'm going to pause my recording really quick. Luna was such a champ. Luna flew with me. Jake drove and Luna flew. It was her first time being in a carrier for longer than like 15 minutes. And she did so good. She was an angel the entire time, just totally silent, sleeping in her carrier, wasn't too stressed. No accidents, like, she was just a perfect angel flying with. Very grateful for her, and she was in the carrier for about, like, 12 straight hours. She did so good. Alright, let's do a little weekly focus. spread here. So I'm going to do my recording again. Yes, I am. Let me think what I want to do for my header. And I've also just been calling this my monthly overview sometimes. I think I'll use this one in the middle up here. And I'm willing to bet I have some sort of monthly overview sticker in this stack. Yes, I do. From this monthly spread header sheet, I have one right here. So I'm going to use that right in the middle here. And now I want a spot for 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5 spots for these 5 weeks. So perfect. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each week gets a spot that is 6 spaces tall or 3 centimeters. All right, and now these are going to be like little weekly sections. I did recently create some cool number sticker sheets. Do I have any in my stash here? Let's see. Got all sorts of fun stuff in here. This is, I think, that new header bundle that I just released is like all of this stuff. And this is the background bundle. Okay, I'm actually going to grab one of those number sheets. Specifically, these big ones. These are the plain numbers in the large color variation. And I think I'll pair those with these like little watercolor swatch circles. Or maybe I layer them with some little decorative elements. Oh yeah, I should definitely do some decorative elements here. Maybe these little watercolor fish. cute. Welcome back, Tracy. Hope you had a lovely little nap. All right, I'm going to put my number right next to each one of those. These are labeling my weeks. Also, Cherie isn't here to remind us. Let's all take a sip of our beverages. Cheers, everybody. All right, so this is where I'm going to basically jot down my focus points for each week, my top 4 to-do list items, just like that. Okay, am I recording? Yes, I am. So there we go, live streams and a little monthly overview. Thank you to whoever just placed a sticker order. I appreciate you guys. 2 orders. Thank you. All right, there we go. Turn the page. So the last monthly spread I'm going to set up is going to be a brain dump. I already have an idea for the header I want to do up here. So I want to do something similar to these headers. So I'm going to do one of these watercolor header stickers on each side, and then one of these coral stickers on each side, and then a watercolor sticker in the middle. So like that. And then one over here. Like that. And then watercolor in the middle. I think I'll do this one at the bottom here. Cut it with some scissors. Did a very curved cut with my scissors somehow. All right, like that. And now I want a brain dump header there. Maybe I'll use these alphabet stickers. Although that's going to, do I want to do that? I'm only hesitant because it's going to cover up most of the watercolor. So maybe not. Amanda said, I'm killing time while my son is at an event helping out. I have nothing to do and I don't want to shop, so I'm just going to park at the house where the event is and wait. He just drove by the park and he was standing out front looking horrified. Back to the grocery store parking lot for me. Oh man, that's funny. I do have a great brain dump headers sticker sheet that would work perfect here, but I don't really want to bust out a new sticker sheet just for that. I know I have some other brain dump headers, but maybe I'll just letter in my own with a white drop shadow. Oh, actually, oh, I have it right here. Amazing. All right, well, I'm definitely just going to use one of these then. Cut it in half. I'm just going to stick this right in the middle, like that. Perfect. All right, and now I just want to do a little bit of decoration along the bottom. I have these long washi strips as a part of this coral collection. Here, these coral washies. So I think I'll do one of these at the bottom. Stick that in like this. Am I still recording? Yes, thank God. And then I'm going to do a little decoration on either side. Maybe some more of these little decorative fishy. One there and one there. Adorable. Hey, Bobby, welcome in. All right. I don't think there's really anything else I need to add to my brain dump spread. This is always just a blank spread for any kind of extra like notes or calculations or lists I need to make throughout the month that don't have a place anywhere else. Here's a look at the other spreads we've set up so far. All right. So I think that is it for my monthly spreads. I got my cover spread, my calendar, a spread for memories and gratitude, live stream schedule, and my monthly overview for my weekly focuses, and then a brain dump. Yeah. So I think that's good for my monthlies. Let me pause my recording. So we've got 5 weeks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that still gives me about 3 extra spreads after my weeklies if I need any dailies throughout the month. So I think that should work. So for my weeklies here, I really want to use a bunch of these weekly spread printables. Because I've been missing my weekly printables. I always love using them. I make them in a variety of different layouts so that you can have some variety throughout the month. So I printed them out specifically because I wanted to use them. So let's see. This is one of my weekly spread printables. These are available under my $5 Patreon tier if you want to download and print them all yourself. I'm going to hit record again. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go ham with the printables. These printables are also just really great when you need your setup to be a little bit quicker. And I'm wanting to stream for about 3.5 hours, so I only have 20 minutes left. So this is a perfect way to get my weeklies set up. I also know I want to get my weekly set up in advance because I'm still in the middle of my moving process. And in May is when we're going to be moving into whatever house or apartment we end up renting on a more long term basis, since we're just kind of in an in between place right now. So having all of these pre-set up is going to be a big help for me keeping my life together this coming month. Antoinette, I swear this heifer is on weeklies and I just finished outlining my monthly calendar. I'm also like very deliberately trying to like get through this setup because normally I would take like 6 hours to set up my monthlies. And I made a very active decision that I wanted to try to get it done today in about 3 hours. Any tips for full page stickers? Nicola, if you're asking about how to lay them in, my main tip is doing what I just did, where you peel back a skinny section at the top first, and then then can like place your sticker exactly where you want, just stick in the top, and then you peel it from underneath, and it gives that nice smooth lay down. Exactly, Antoinette. I can also talk and you're typing your life away. So true. All right, what are my dates here? This is the 29th, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I need a little header on the left, and I also think I want that to be a spot for like general weekly tasks. Trying to think here. Good night, Nicola. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for your order. I appreciate you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do a little marker background for this little header up here. Let that dry before I go and write over it. And I'm just going to have that say April 29th through May 5th. And then we'll have this just be an open spot for a to-do list for the week. April 29th. Like that. And then I'll do just some little lines for my to-do list items. And there we go. A very quick and easy weekly setup. So let's flip the spread and let's do another one. This time I think I'll use my vertical style weekly. Here. And again, these are all under my $5 Patreon tier. The sticker paper I get is from onlinelabels.com. And if you print the PDFs at 100% size/scale, they will nicely fit into an A5 notebook. I have a lot of patrons that use the printables every month. That went in a little crooked. This is why it's good to you just peel back a little bit at the top. Makes it way easier to make sure you like the position of your printable. Then you stick in the top, and this is what makes it easy to lay the rest down with no bubbles or wrinkles, is you peel it like this. And it lays in just like that. All right, so this now is going to be for the 6th through whatever the end of that week is. I'm now going to use one of these bigger May headers. Actually, that won't fit up there. This one will. This is in the new header bundle I just released. So May, and then what is this? The 6th through the 12th. Maybe I can use those numbers again that I just used. Where did they go? Let me find them. Where'd they go? Are they in here? Here they are. May 6th through 12th. Will that fit here? Let's see. Yeah, that works. May 6th through 12th. Kind of regretting that because I could have put the numbers at the top or bottom instead. I might actually change my mind there. Because what if I instead put the numbers here and then I did something else here? I feel like that would be very cute. Okay, and then what if I just fix this up with a little... Because I don't even need the numbers there. I could just have it say May. And I could use one of these little... Or I could use one of these little banners to cover up that little black mark. Okay, I think I like this. Like that. Have this say 6 through 12. And then we'll put our numbers across the top here. Since I busted out this number sheet, I want to try to use up as much of it as possible. See, like, even when we get into funny conversation like this, I feel like it's still wholesome. It's kind of like no matter what we talk about, it's wholesome because of the nature of us all being here, like watching a bullet journal stream to chat and hang out with our friends. Beyond that, like, doesn't matter what we talk about, it's all wholesome. Even when it's Antoinette talking about cleaning out her esophagus because she poured too much whiskey. Oh, Riley, I'm so happy that you're able to join the Sunday streams. I've been trying to do the public streams more often on Sundays. I feel like it's a great day. Hey, Jen, welcome in. You just caught the end of the stream. I'm getting close to done. All right. I just want to do a little bit of extra decoration at the bottom, and I think I'm good to go for this weekly. Trying to see what stickers I have left here. Here are all the decorative stickers I have left. Really like these flowers. I think maybe one of these at each end. Then after that, maybe two coral watercolor splashes here and here. And then maybe 2 fish circles. And then maybe my starfish. Cool Koala said, I don't mean to call you out, but I feel like there could be a busted this out counter at the bottom of the screen with how much you say it. So true. I feel like there's a lot of funny like terms of like phrases that I say very often in these streams. Busted out. My mom was just laughing. She was just telling me when we were hanging out in person that she thinks it's really funny when I talk about auditioning things in the stream where I'm like, let's audition the sticker. Which one do we want? Um, I'm trying to think of like what are there's some other things that I say all the time. But yeah, busting it out. I definitely say that all the time. Yerba mate. You could have a counter for the yerba. Speaking of, let's take another sip of yerba. Marisa, I noticed that too with the fish, but I don't have another option. Maybe on this freebie sheet, actually. Let's see. Does this freebie sheet has something that could save me? It has this jellyfish. Except the clownfish on this sheet is in a circle. That's the one thing about it. It's not a circle, it's a watercolor splash. So it's different. I could do these fish instead. Or what do I have over here? Should I just replace it with the jellyfish? Olympia, I always think it's so funny how mad at yourself you get for setting things up in advance. Even though it's totally not a big deal, Marisa, I'm very happy to replace one of these stickers. What do you think it's better with the jellyfish here or better with the two fish swimming in the same direction? We're auditioning it. Ma F said, every live stream, my brain says, oh, yes, stickers will help your hands. Get more stickers before your next setup. Then every time you set up your journal, your hands scream at your brain, why didn't you remember? Okay, I think maybe I'll leave the I'm gonna leave the fish. Pink toenails. Oh my goodness. I'm just catching up on the theme. Tracy asked, what's everyone doing for a theme in May? And Olympia said, I'm doing pink peonies. And for some reason, that looked like pink toenails. Let's do a toenail theme. All right, we're almost done. So I'm actually trying to think, do I want to set up the whole month in advance or do I want to leave myself some room to do a bullet journaling stream later in May? Maybe I'll set up 3 of these weeklies and I'll stop at the 20th. Also, am I still recording? No. I probably cut off some of that weekly spread. Let me check. Let me see how much I missed here. Oh, perfect. Didn't miss anything. All right, before we set up my last spread, I'll do a quick little flip through of what we set up so far so Guard Tunes can see what you missed. We have my cover spread, calendar, memories and gratitude, live streams, and my weekly breakdown or my monthly overview, brain dump, and now I'm setting up 3 weeklies. These are all with my weekly Patreon printables. And now let me hit record and let's set up our last spread in this live stream. And again, there will be an edited version of this setup going up next weekend. So if you want to see the edited version, stay tuned for that. All right, so I have one more weekly printable left, and that is this horizontal layout. So let's go ahead and stick that in. Thank you to all my patrons who are leaving their theme suggestions in my recent Patreon post. And once again, thank you to everybody who has ordered stickers today. Oh, that's a little crooked. Let me stick that in again. You got this, Antoinette. All right. This has room for a nice header space at the top here. Or I guess probably a header space and then a little weekly to-do list section. Maybe I can use this watercolor sticker that I didn't use earlier. And what is this? The 13th through the 19th. Do I want to use these numbers again? They don't fit quite as nicely here, unless... Oh, actually, that's not bad. Okay, yeah. Kind of layered over that little watercolor weekly header. Okay, so I'm going to use these again, basically using this whole sheet of these numbers. I think I saw earlier, Mom, you said you just ordered some more of these numbers. For anyone wanting these, they're the plain numbers in the size large. And they come in small, medium, and large, or you can buy the full set. I feel like you really can't have enough numbers. There we go. All right, now little header up here. I feel like this May header here would work well. Kind of match the fonts I'm using. Maybe I won't even do the dates. Maybe I'll just have it say May, because my numbers are so big and bold that it makes it very clear that this is May 13th through 19th. And then again, just some dots here for my to-do list. These printables have a dot grid background, which is really nice. So it still feels like you're using a dot grid page. Like that. Yeah, and for all my patrons, make sure to keep going through those comments and the theme suggestions so you can like any of the ones that you like. And that way I know which ones are popular when I'm choosing them for the theme poll, which will go up in a couple days. My patrons always are the ones that choose my new themes every month. They get to vote on which one they want, and whatever they vote for, I end up doing. So if you ever want some control over my next sticker collection, Patreon's the place to be. Oh my God, I just realized that this clownfish sticker here has like a little hole cut out of him. I never realized that. That's the little oopsie. So I'm gonna put some white behind where I'm gonna stick him so he doesn't have a hole through his belly. Okay, so I think this is as far as I'm going to set up today. I have 3 weeks set up ahead of time, but I did actually end up wanting to leave myself the last couple weeks of the month in case I want to set these up in another public live stream later in May. Um, I also I like being pre-set up a little bit, but it is fun to still leave myself some room to work on my bullet journal throughout the month. It's kind of like what Olympia was saying. When you set up too far ahead of time, you kind of miss out on being able to do some planning mid-month. So I've got the first 3 weeklies of May set up, and then I'm leaving the last 2 weeks to set up later in the month, whether that's during a live stream or something that I can film for like an Instagram reel or something like that. Olympia said, "I've noticing that recently. Normally it doesn't matter because I'm sticking it on white anyways, and I haven't mentioned it because I really don't know how you would fix it." So Olympia, that's actually those are it's a pretty easy fix for me. It's literally just deleting a couple points in my cut file. So if you ever notice that, if you ever notice a sticker that's not cut quite right, definitely let me know. I like to know, anytime you notice any issues with the sticker sheets, especially things like that where it's like an actual issue with the cut file and not just like one sheet that got a little under or overcut. But the issue with that was that because the center of the fish was white, it was a big enough space that there was a little hole where my software finds the edges of the stickers. And normally I go in and delete that, but that one clearly slipped past me and I didn't notice. So anytime you notice something like that, always feel free to let me know. Okay, so still recording. Let's do a final flip through here and call it a day. So this is my May bullet journal setup. I used my my watercolor ocean sticker bundle. Here is the link to that sticker bundle in case you guys want to use all the stickers I used today. It's 10 sticker sheets for $24. Quite a deal. And it's a combination of my watercolor splash monthly kit with my coral reef collection and also my tropical beach sheet from my OG underwater or under the sea sticker collection. So we've got my cover spread. I used printables from my Patreon throughout this setup as well. The $5 tier gets you access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of printables, including all the ones I used today. We've got my calendar, my memories and gratitude spread with some blank spaces for me to fill out throughout the month. Then I have my live stream calendar and my monthly overview spread for like some weekly priorities. And then my last monthly spread is a brain dump. Classic. I have it every month. And then I've got my 3 weekly spreads set up. These are all printables that I customized a little bit. So we've got the first week of May, including the last 2 days of April. Then we got May 6th through 12th. And finally, May 13th through 19th. And that is it for my May bullet journal setup. Thank you guys so much for being here today during this live stream, setting this up with me. Actually, here before let me do this little clip here that I like to do for the end of my videos. Okay, now I can stop recording. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me as I set up these spreads. It's been a while since I've done a public monthly Plan With Me live stream. So it was really, really fun getting a chance to set this up with you guys today, spending Sunday with you. I think it's so fun that so many of you were bullet journaling alongside me. Some of you working, some of you are just chilling, some of you are waiting in the parking lot for your son to give the okay that you can come over and pick him up. This was just such a fun stream. Really put me in a good mood. And yeah, this is the last live stream of this month too, believe it or not, but April is pretty much over. We have a couple days left. So this collection I used is up in the shop if you want to purchase any of these stickers. I'll give another reminder that I just finished my Booknook sticker collection, which is May's Patreon rewards. So if you are interested in a book and plant themed collection, then Patreon is a great thing to join on May 1st. If you join May 1st, then your Booknook stickers will ship in the first week of May. And I also have a ton of printables I'm going to be releasing at the beginning of May in this book theme. We designed some during a Patreon live stream. Oops, get out of here, internet. A Patreon live stream I had a couple days ago where we created, or that was yesterday, where we created all sorts of fun printables for this bookish related theme. If this is looking up your alley, then you will love May's sticker rewards. So, just a heads up if you want to be in that first shipment for this Book Nook collection, um, join Patreon by May 1st. You can also join anytime throughout the month of May to receive the collection. You'll just be in a later shipment. And if you join in the next couple days before April is over, you will also receive the Home Sweet Home collection. Patreon is where you can get first access to all my new sticker collections. I also do 7 exclusive live streams every single month over on Patreon, and I have hundreds of those printables available. So it's a good time over there. You can join for free as well if you want to just kind of get a taste of what it's like, and you can upgrade at any time. Trying to think if there's any other important announcements. The edited version of this plan with me will be up next weekend, so stay tuned for that. If you guys didn't watch my new YouTube video that I just posted yesterday, please do. It's 19 header ideas for your planner or bullet journal, showcasing a full set of weekly and monthly headers in a variety of different styles, especially for any of you practicing your lettering or just wanting new ways to jazz up your journal spreads. It is a very awesome little lettering header video. And make sure you check out my sticker shop for all the new bundles that I posted to go along with that video as well. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your weekend and a great start to your new week. And I will see you guys in May. Bye, everybody.